هنهطف نفرورة.
Welcome to an overview of the Giza necropolis. Welcome to the Riddles of the Sphinx. Over the centuries, enthusiasts and historians alike have wondered, who built the Sphinx? For what purpose? And who does it represent? These questions remain unanswered. Several theories do exist, however, some more credible than others. One theory supposes that Jetafre chose to pay homage to his father Khufu by building the Great Sphinx of Giza. The stone temple on the eastern face of the Sphinx would have been added later on by his brother and successor, Khafre, in order to strengthen the divine worship of their father. It would be the first Egyptian temple oriented with the sun. Another theory suggests that the Sphinx was built by Khafre and was meant to represent him. The arguments to support this hypothesis are based on the fact that the limestone beds used for the main work of the Temple of the Sphinx are geographically and architecturally similar to the Valley Temple of Khafre. Some believe that Khufu himself built the Sphinx, which was later finished under his successors, Jetafre and Khafre. These arguments are based on the stylistics of the engraving, the typology of the nemes, and the absence of a beard at the time of construction. While ancient Egypt as a whole leaves a rather monochrome vision of its monuments and statuary, it is vital to understand that in ancient times, absolutely everything was painted. The sun, eating away at the pigments of the colors, the sand, the climate, and the implacable impact of time, unfortunately destroyed the glorious colors of the Sphinx of Giza. Documents from an Arab Egyptologist of the 12th century, Abd al-Latif al-Baghdadi, indicate that traces of red were still visible in his time. Today, however, the only color that remains are traces of red close to the ears of the Sphinx, as well as hints of blue and yellow on the nemes, traditional colors for that type of headdress. The pigments for the color red were man-made, obtained by mixing different products such as clay, quartz sand, and very finely crushed hematite. Red had a strong symbolism in ancient Egypt. It was both the color of life and the color of death. It could represent the sands of the desert or the brilliance of the sun. Red was also associated with the god Seth, vengeful and destructive. The Egyptian word for red, deshur, is also the word which was used to signify the desert, or the royal crown of Lower Egypt. In art, red was also the color used to paint the bodies of men, while yellow was used for women. It is possible that there were also color restoration efforts during the Saite period about 600 years before Cleopatra's rule, as indicated by notes on the inventory stele, discovered in 1858 by Auguste Mariette. It is because of this that the team made the decision to display it with its full range of colors, even though the Sphinx's colors would have likely faded by Cleopatra's time. Dating from the 4th dynasty, approximately 2600 to 2500 BCE, the Great Sphinx of Giza is the oldest and largest sphinx that we know of. Carved from a natural limestone outcrop, the Sphinx measures 19.8 meters in height, 73.2 meters in length, and 14 meters in width. In order to bring polish to the imposing monument, several blocks of limestone were added after the initial construction phase. Since then, there have been numerous attempts at preservation. The polish present in the game integrates some aspects of modern restoration attempts. The team made this choice to present a more iconic version of the Sphinx of Giza to the player. Today, the Sphinx is called the Terrifying One. This appellation is translated from its Arabic name, Abu al-Hal, which in turn was derived from Baluba in Coptic. The Sphinx as a whole was carved in situ from a natural stone promontory. Its head was built in a limestone peak of the Mukutam Plate, and the body was sculpted in the underlying rock layer where it is located. The degradation of the Sphinx is due in particular to wind erosion and the different quality of limestone used in its construction. The level of sodium contained in the groundwater which abuts the stone is also a contributing factor. In order to bring polish to the imposing monument, several blocks of limestone were added after the initial construction phase. Since then, there have been numerous attempts at preservation. The polish present in the game integrates some aspects of modern restoration attempts. The team made this choice to present a more... The natural bedrock is seen through the oblique natural strata of the Sphinx's body that are similar to the surrounding limestone. Since antiquity, people have always believed there was a hidden tomb deep within the Sphinx. It is thought that attempts to plunder the Sphinx began as far back as the First Intermediate period. Since then, numerous attempts to pierce the Sphinx's secrets have been carried out, leaving indelible scars upon the monument. 12 meters long and cut during pharaonic times, another entrance in the back of the Sphinx aroused curiosity. Although Thutmose IV attempted to seal it off, it was possibly reopened by treasure hunters. It was rediscovered by Howard Vyse and mapped more recently by Mark Lehner. This entrance at the back of the Sphinx leads to different cavities of a few meters each, in directions going inside the statue's body and under the surface. The team has used this opportunity to extrapolate a little more. While there have been no major discoveries pertaining to the Sphinx of Giza in recent years, theories and hypotheses continue to emerge. Without validation provided by archaeological sources, however, they remain unsubstantiated. The first of the main theories as to the Sphinx of Giza's meaning posits that the Sphinx was originally a massive representation of the god Anubis. Its principal arguments are that the head of the Sphinx is disproportionate compared to the size of its body. The second theory believes that the representation of two sphinxes on the stela of Thutmose IV would indicate that another stone sphinx had existed on the site itself, possibly even in paired symmetry on the other side of the Nile. However, neither of these theories can be verified in any way. Several scientific projects using new technologies have been put in place in the past decades. The most important was led by Mark Lehner and his team, who specialize in the study and survey of the Giza Plateau, including the Sphinx site. The mapping made it possible to see the materials used to construct the Sphinx, analyze the different layers of erosion, and figure out the most fragile areas to protect. After a few attempts at giving the Sphinx artistic proportions, the team instead decided to use photogrammetry mapping to faithfully reproduce the proportions of the Sphinx. What the Sphinx of Giza represented during its construction and how the Sphinx was perceived by the Egyptians of the New Kingdom are two very different matters. Originally a representation of the king imbued with the power of the lion, the Sphinx was eventually viewed as a direct representation of the Most Divine. It is theorized that kings of the New Kingdom believed that the Sphinx of Giza was the one who recognized and legitimized the ruler of Egypt. Thus, despite the fact the Sphinx of Giza was partially buried under the sand during his reign, Amenhotep II knew that the monument was of great importance. Amenhotep II built a second temple dedicated for the Sphinx as Horemakhet to pay homage to Khufu and Khafre, his predecessors. It became a common habit for this dynasty to spend time with their royal courts at the Sphinx. Its sanctuary became known as Setepet, the Chosen. Egyptologist Mark Lehner believed that Amenhotep II built a statue of himself anchored between the paws of the Sphinx, likely to legitimize his reign, alongside a stela found by Salim Hassan. Many other pharaohs of this dynasty, such as Tutankhamun and Ramses II, also left marks of their passage in a similar fashion, sometimes even stripping the stones of nearby temples and pyramids to do so. Amenhotep II's son and successor, Thutmose IV, was a frequent offender. While sleeping between the Sphinx's paws, the future Thutmose IV saw in a dream the god Horemakhet proclaiming his coming accession on the throne of the two lands. This was, of course, on the condition that he remove all of the sand covering the Sphinx, which stood guard as the personification of the god, and should thus never be engulfed by the sands of the desert. The 15-ton dream stela built by Thutmose IV to commemorate his dream was discovered by an Italian Egyptologist, Giovanni Battista Caviglia, in 1818, when he undertook the task of freeing the Sphinx from the sand, which had, yet again, covered it. Caviglia was looking for an entrance into the structure of the Sphinx, but instead he discovered an open-air chapel and stelas between the paws. Ashes from a ceremony were still present. Protected by sand, they quite possibly were from the last ceremonies in Roman times. That same year, Caviglia discovered fragments of the Sphinx's beard that had probably been added during the New Kingdom. If many of these pieces are held by museums in Cairo, a fragment is displayed at the British Museum, along with a piece of the uraeus that was on the Sphinx's headdress. It is believed this fragment of beard was possibly kept in place thanks to the statue of Amenhotep II, which was supposed to be located under the head of the Sphinx. The most plausible hypothesis is based on the research of the German historian Ulrich Harman. During the 1980s, Harman compiled medieval sources written by Arab authors. In doing so, he discovered that the Sphinx was once perceived as a favorable omen, a deity supporting sediment-nurturing floods and crops. Around 1378, a Sufi by the name of Muhammad Sa'im al-Dar could not stand this vision of the monument, and in an iconoclastic act, broke the nose of the Sphinx. According to the texts, he was then hanged and burned between the legs of the Sphinx for his crime.
Welcome to Khafre's funerary complex. Since the very beginning of the 4th dynasty, mortuary temples were built adjacent to pyramids on the eastern side. Such a location, facing the rising sun, as well as the world of the living as a whole, held an important symbolic meaning, for it was within the mortuary temple that kings were revived through daily rituals. In its standard form, a mortuary temple was divided into 2 parts. A front area which consisted of a vestibule and a courtyard, and an area in the back where all sacred elements were located. The back of the temple incorporated several essential features, including an inner sanctuary with a false door, which allowed the soul of the pharaoh to travel between the world of the dead and the world of the living. The largest of all such structures, Khafre's mortuary temple was entirely built with megalithic blocks of limestone from a nearby quarry and encased with granite. Parts of Khafre's mortuary temple, particularly the courtyard walls, are thought to have been decorated with splendid reliefs. However, not a single image of the king has been discovered inside the mortuary temple. Khufu's direct successor, Jetafre, followed the custom which required each king to establish a new site for their funerary accommodation, and chose Abu Rawash as his last resting place. When the time came to build his own funerary complex, Khafre, also one of Khufu's sons and the successor to Jetafre, broke with tradition and returned to Giza. Not only did Khafre thumb his nose at tradition, but he did so in a way which he hoped would allow him to overshadow his father's most important monument. Though Khafre's pyramid is smaller than Khufu's, it was cunningly built on a more elevated bedrock layer than the Great Pyramid, making it appear higher than any other pyramid at Giza. Today, Khafre's pyramid is the only one among the three at Giza that still has the upper part of its limestone casing. Considered a most sacred area, the Giza necropolis was strictly defined, both geographically and physically. An 8-meter-thick Tura limestone wall completely surrounded the Great Pyramid. The only way inside would have been through the mortuary temple. From the reign of Sneferu and onwards, the subsidiary pyramid became a common feature within the pyramidal complex. The function of the subsidiary pyramid, however, smaller in size and in height than the royal tomb, remains unclear, though some believe that it was meant to house the ka of the pharaoh. In mainstream media, the ka is often defined as the soul of the deceased. The truth is a bit more complicated. Within the ancient Egyptian funerary belief system, the ka was a component of a living person, which separated itself from the body at the time of death. It represented the deceased's vital essence. In order for the deceased to ascend to a new life, whether in this world or the next, the ka had to be embodied in a statue, and its existence maintained through offerings and rituals. Within Khafre's subsidiary pyramid, a wooden box containing pieces of cedar was discovered by archaeologists. When reassembled, it turned out to be a shrine mounted on a sled. Just as with the solar barges found around Khufu's pyramid, it seems Khafre's shrine and sled were ritually disposed of after his funeral.
Welcome to Menkaura's funerary complex. The dimensions of Menkaura's pyramid are much less grandiose. However, unlike its predecessors, Menkaura's pyramid shows a great deal of complexity in its internal and external finish. The outside was partially covered in red granite, while the internal walls were richly decorated. This latter innovation would not catch on until the end of the 5th dynasty, when pyramid texts began to adorn the walls. Menkaura's pyramid contains 2 sloping passages, both located in the northern side of the structure. The upper one was abandoned during the construction phase, whereas the lower one, slightly above the base of the monument, constitutes the real entrance. The lower passage leads to a first room, which, for the first time since the reign of Djoser, is decorated with engraved false doors. While Menkaura's pyramid complex was unfinished at the time of his death, it was hastily and somewhat shabbily completed by his successor, Shepsakov. Even so, this funerary structure marks a watershed in the history of this kind of monument. From then onwards, the pyramid shrank, whereas the mortuary temple expanded both in its quantitative and qualitative aspects. Of particular note, it is within Menkaura's mortuary temple that one can find the heaviest block of limestone ever used for a pyramid complex, weighing in at over 200 tons. Menkaura's causeway was completed in mud brick by the king's successor, whereas the lower part was nothing more than a simple ramp. As for the Valley Temple, it was built in 2 phases. The foundations were first laid out in limestone during Menkaura's reign, but the temple itself was completed in mud brick afterwards. As such, the Valley Temple was soon damaged and ended up being completely rebuilt during the 6th dynasty. Three small structures, referred to as Menkaura's Queen's Pyramids, were erected along the southern side of the main pyramid. One of them was a smooth-faced pyramid, while the other 2 were more basic step pyramids. It is difficult to assess whether the latter were designed as such or were left unfinished with no casing to smooth out their surfaces. The easternmost pyramid was built with the traditional rooms and corridors found within a satellite pyramid meant to house the king's ka. However, a granite sarcophagus was found within, leading to the conclusion that it was used as an actual tomb rather than as a symbolic cenotaph. Drawing on these observations, some assume that this pyramid was first built as a satellite pyramid for the king's ka, before seeing its purpose change to that of a queen's tomb. Which queen, however, remains a mystery.
Τι πράτες? Όχι γνώσκει τι πράτες.
Χωρίλατε. Χρόνου πολέμου ύστερου. Ξηρός κοινός γέφρε.
Hopine! Did you see his eyes? Something is wrong. We're cursed.
That's a bad omen for certain. Something awful is going to happen. Oh, Sobek, forgive us.
What can we do? Are our offerings not enough?
I already gave half my grain and 100 flowers. Would gold be better?
I thought the sacred crocodiles of Crocodilopolis were tame.
I do not know what happened. Petsutros has never attacked anyone before. His eyes turned red. Did you see? Is Sobek displeased with us?
Nick, even the gods turn their backs on the people. Where is Petsutros now?
Our priest Sehetep took the god back to the pool inside the temple. I have never seen him like this.
Sehetep? That cannot be a coincidence. Something is not right. I should take a look at the crocodile's enclosure.
Καλώς έχω.
No sign of the priest. Petsutros looks agitated. I should try to stay unnoticed. A carcass. It has been chewed, but not eaten. Foul-smelling liquid. The stench burns my eyes. Nick. Someone was injured in the enclosure. They went up the staircase. Discarded priest robe, and it is covered in blood. Whoever was wearing this was badly injured. The blood trail leads outside.
In worship of Serapis. Now they have joined us as citizens of Crocodilopolis. Hand in hand, we are building a prosperous future. Greek and Egyptian, together, united, prosperity for all. The new Greek quarter is not just a handsome addition to our city. It promises substantial increase in trade for all in Crocodilopolis. Greek and Egyptian alike will benefit through greater profits. Prosperity for all. Is it not clear that Sobek himself favors Crocodilopolis? Even Greece has come to our city to enjoy his protection. Let us honor the god with offerings freely and generously given. The new Greek quarter is not just a handsome addition to our city. It promises substantial increase in trade for all in Crocodilopolis. Greek and Egyptian alike will benefit through greater profits. Prosperity for all. Is it not clear that Sobek himself favors Crocodilopolis?
Mauled by crocodiles. What was he doing back here? This was the man who poisoned the crocodiles. He was taking orders from Melina the Hibiscus. Pretty name for a killer. She's at the Neorian Naval Arsenal, to the south.
Is it not
Who dares touch a god of Egypt? I will hunt down this blasphemer.
New Greek quarter is not just a
The hibiscus should be somewhere nearby. A woman amongst Ptolemy's soldiers should not be hard to find.
We are a wall. Damn. There. Let's cut this trash. Alarm! Over here! On my way.
There's no escaping me twice. Keep the clear safe.
I'd like to be good!
You cannot escape! Distract the enemy!
Bury you in the landslide!
monk!
Any luck?
Like swagging flies! You're dead! You will not escape! Fall on you like a monk!
Worms can have you.
Bury you in the landslide!
I'll have you, whoreson!
Poisonous little woman. Talented, but twisted. Set it up again. Sticky fingers are everywhere. He's becoming a serious problem. The poison is just for show. At least the temple crocodiles are not going to die. I should tell the Guardian.
Hey! I've got trouble here! the
These
range.
were brothers!
Enough fooling around.
To battle! Come on!
I have the range.
Got you.
Hey, wait.
Eyes open.
Time is up. Die.
Keep your guard up.
Ιώτη. Ωραία ανπούλημη τη μηχανά.
Davis!
Kemer wen.
Guardian of Sobek, the sickness was not an omen from the gods. Your crocodiles were poisoned, but they will recover.
Poisoned? Are you sure? By whom? They will pay with their lives!
Your own priest Sehetep was responsible. He's trying to increase offerings from your followers.
What? Sehetep is Sobek's right hand. He will never do this. What you are saying is blasphemy.
Ah, you priests. Forever holding to your superstitions. You have been told the truth. The gods themselves will judge what you do with it. I should let Padiaset know about Sehetep. He is not going to like it.
Yo!
Get out of my way! Hey, what's the meaning of this? Out of the way!
Where is Sobek and his sandal-licking priests? Where is the protection we were promised? What is he doing? Fattening his priests with offerings stolen from the poor! Why should the gods help Egyptians when we refuse to help ourselves? Net, even Sobek no longer protects us. His damned priests lie and steal from the...
Ah, hello, hello. Indeed.
Hier, ta amu sete venri, sanjagit khair bacha, niakhouye. طاحب إن التجديد رغف هم يوشاز هوتيب خاريس الشيط خم يمنان رخت
Agreed. Done.
Yenen wesen ate, katigan, iru petition.
Is fair.
Come back often.
By the gods, what has happened?
May you walk in the land of the Duat. Sobek be merciful to you. Ma'at find you worthy. Medjay, you are late. Sehetep's men came to kill me.
So I see. Not bad for a priest who abhors bloodshed.
I was not always a priest. I thought I had escaped all this. Sehetep and I found faith together, joined the temple together. I knew he struggled, just as I did. But I have to stop him now.
You cannot be seen to move against him. Not if the cult is to survive. A priest killing a priest looks bad. I should do this.
You are right. You will find him at the Northern Temple. I will meet you outside. There he is! For Sehetep! That is the meddling Medjay! Cut him off! Flank him! You are on the wrong side of Sobek, traveler! And in the wrong place!
Yes, we are the future here. You should not have meddled!
They were Sehetep's men. It's time to finish this. The main temple of Sobek. Sehetep is inside. You will be well guarded. Best not to draw attention here.
Badiaset has gained the help of a strong ally.
The Magi who raided our city. Who is he?
He is not from Fayum, a rogue traveler by all reports. One of the Old Kingdom, some say.
The Old Kingdom is dead. I don't care who he is. I will feed his infidel carcass to Petsuchos.
Hold the Archondas! Protect the Archondas! No!
It is done. Faith turns to treachery far too often, it seems. I should meet Badiaset.
Will succeed.
Yes. He is a stranger, yet Sobek guides him.
Sehetep chose death.
Then it had to be. I lost a brother today. If I had acted sooner, he might have been restored. Faith cannot be passive. This is my lesson. We will rebuild what has been damaged. But what of the soldiers? They had a hand in all this.
They will always meddle. But stay strong. They know now not to mess with the temple. Sobek has warriors too.
You honor me, Medjay. May Sobek honor you.
Clear the way, son of a... What are you doing?
Whoa, the gladiatorial arena. So the crocodile recruits from this place for his personal army. I need to find out more about it. Excuse me. What can you tell me about this place?
Can't you see? It's an arena for Roman blood sport. Barbaric, if you ask me. But it's found favor with those desperate to forget their troubles. It used to be a temple. It should have been left that way.
The Ovikos, the living embodiment of war. His fists are deadlier than any weapon. Veridovix, the loyal servant of death. His scythe will ever reap the unworthy.
Sir, we need more fighters. They're dying at an alarming rate.
Then find me fighters who can actually fight.
What can you tell me about the men who fight here?
Men? These are not men, they're gods. You've never seen such savage warriors. They could break you in half with one strike.
Ah. Do any of them have red hair?
Gods among gods, have you never heard of the brothers from Gaul? Can't you feel their eyes on you? Their statues are beside me.
Are you the owner here?
Yes, I am the owner. Felix Martialis. Who are you? Another rough-knuckle no-name seeking fame?
I only want entry to the arena. I heard you have got a fighter worth watching. With red hair?
Ah, you mean the Gallic brothers. You heard right. But let me save you some time, camel boy. You cannot afford it. Now piss off before you scare away someone who can.
Sir, this man wears a Magi badge.
Ahmed what? Ah, I do not even care. Can you fight? You look the part, like a vicious, mangy dog. Nah. I have already got an Egyptian. A huntress from Siwa, who's worth 3 of you. She frequents the obelisk in the East End if you want an impromptu beating.
It is the only way inside this arena. Fight in the streets, and the gladiator can bring you in.
So, the Gallic brothers are involved in Shadia's murder. But why are they doing the crocodile's bidding? I need to get inside and learn more. The arena owner mentioned a C1 gladiator to the east at an obelisk. I wonder if I know her. Siwa is a small place. I should go and see.
Get out of my way!
The recent brutal murder of a Greek merchant in the slums has shown the need for greater security.
Whoa.
Clear the way!
Son of Mary!
Hey, what manner of fool?
Halt!
There's the C1. Wait. That looks like...
Yeah.
Bayek? My friend! My brother! Oh! Ho ho! Shit, it's good to see you. What are you doing in Fayoum?
I heard this was a good place to prosper. But I never expected to find you here, Kensa.
What can I say? I heard the call of the arena! Can you believe it? I am a gladiator now. Huh? But come, let us talk. And drink. I'm telling you, Bayek, I am so close to my dream. If only I was given the chance, I know I could become champion. I mean wealth, luxury, fame. What more could a woman want? Huh?
That's why I came to Fayoum. To make a new life for myself and bury the past. But I was turned away from the arena doors.
So you have finally given up trying to put the world to rights. Good. Such things are impossible. Felix is slow to trust outsiders. But do not worry. With my backing, we'll soon be fighting side by side. First, we drink. And in the morning, we can go to the arena for the proper introductions. It's good to have you here, old friend. I want this man to be my partner.
As it happens, the Iberian was torn apart by lions yesterday. I may have an opening. And if Kensa vouches for you...
You will need a title if you're going to team up, though. How about the C1 Warriors?
I think the Guardians of Siwa would be more fitting.
Is that memorable enough for you?
I have heard worse. Come inside. This is where combatants wait their turn on the saddle. What you smell is sweat, blood, and not a little offal. If you are predisposed to shitting your armor, this is where to do it. There is no pharaoh or god in the arena to protect you, Magi. This is where you will probably die. Try to do it with drama. It pleases the crowd. On the off chance you live, you will be rewarded with glory and fame. And another chance to die. Such is the short but luminous life of a gladiator. All right, who do we have? Ah, there is Callistos. Callistos, the former soldier of Ptolemy who claims to know how to handle a sword. Horus, he was my best fighter once, but age ruins us all. He's not much more than a bedpan now. He trains the novices.
Is that armor from Ptolemy's army?
Most of the fighters cannot afford their own armor. In any case, it is soon ruined. The army does not miss a few suits here and there, and it adds to the authenticity. Speaking of authenticity, in the arena, you use the weapons I give you. There are no exceptions. You already know Kensa, whose glowing but suspect recommendation brought you here.
Bayek! Crocodilopolis welcomes another champion!
Or another bag of blood and shit. I want to see if he can fight. And who better to test him than the one who recommended him?
What do you say? Ready to draw a sword, old Magi?
Let's see if you have improved.
Not bad,
You need more
old
style
man!
and flash. But you have got a pleasing, vicious streak for a sand dog.
I thought I had you!
Okay, Kensa. You've got a new partner. We open the door soon. Be ready.
These are the scraps that Felix wants to throw our way? They make a poor meal, my brother.
I'm going to slice off your balls and feed them to you. Our main obstacle to glory. The Gallic brothers.
I know who they are.
Fine precision, Geralt.
Are you well, my friend? You seem distracted. Don't worry. You will lose your nerves after the first fight.
I am fine. But you have not yet told me how you came to be here.
Now that is a story. I was taken as a slave during Ptolemy's time in Siwa. A sick beast named Septimius and his clan were going to use me. But I managed to get a sword and make my escape. I traveled here where Felix took me in and trained me. But enough about the past, huh? I can't tell you how happy I am to share this good fortune with you. Soon the crowds will worship you. Almost as much as they worship me.
Yes, yes. Let us split the sun in two with our swords.
Ho ho! You are primed indeed! Let Felix know when you are ready for our first match. The sooner we start, the sooner we are champions!
Ah, the new C1 fighter. I look forward to humiliating you in battle many times. I joke, of course. We might be pitted against each other out there, but that's all the more reason to stand together in here.
I'm glad to hear it. But why does one of Ptolemy's soldiers risk his life in the arena?
I have trouble obeying orders, and the army frowns on that. But I have a family to support, so here I am.
Have you ever challenged the brothers?
Viridovics and Diovikos? I haven't been thought worthy yet. In that, I consider myself fortunate.
Pernachte, Hirt and Berg.
You are Horus, are you not? Felix told me you are the trainer here.
That my choice, Gaelic brothers. Hurt me. My head would have killed me if Felix did not stop them.
What can you tell me about them?
You don't want to fight them. They are strong and fast, and they like killing. For them, it's fun. Sport.
We are ready.
Are you? Everyone thinks they are ready till they get a fist in the face. I am starting you against a few novices. If you survive, we will talk about more. 2 warriors against the odds. The crowd love unfair fights. Do not disappoint them. Or me.
Are they screaming for our blood or for theirs?
Any blood will do. No such thing as innocent here. Do not stay your blade, brother. They certainly will not. Every man here knows the risks.
You have taken to this new life easily.
Can you see the look on their faces? They adore me, Bayek. The men, the women. They have everything I could want.
They are off to good stuff. These 2 sand bandits are tougher than they look.
And what then?
Then a whole new world of opportunity, my friend. The best gladiators are sent on special missions and earn more coin than you can imagine.
Then let us make sure they notice us. Pairing you 2 toe-stubbers was one of my best ideas. The crowd loves you.
I told you we were destined for greatness, Felix.
Greatness? Oh, easy, easy, damsel Dustmite. You have a long way to go. It is a good start, but you are not contenders. You do not get to the Gallic brothers by beating a few shit-stained novices. Though, to be honest, I hope you make it. I am weary of you nagging me.
What do we need to do to face them?
Gods and peace, not you too? Just concentrate on the next round. For annoying me, I am adding lions this time. They have not eaten for days. You are their dinner. Find me when you are ready.
If what Kensa says is true, any of the gladiators could be working for the crocodile. There might be evidence here of the jobs the Gallic brothers did. Maybe even the identity of their patron.
We are on our way, old friend. After all this time, I might finally get my shot at the Gallic brothers. And it's thanks to you.
I would like nothing more. What about these other contracts you mentioned earlier?
Oh, the righteous Bayek is willing to dirty his hands. Times have changed, Seni. I suppose it is hard to be a Magi all the time. You will have to ask Felix about those. Quietly.
The best way to reach the crocodile is to beat the Gallic brothers. As if I needed more reason to slit the throats of Shadia's killers. Felix, I've heard some gladiators are chosen for extra work.
You heard wrong. And if there was an arrangement, you would have much more to do to earn your way in. Your job, you upstart dog noble, is to fight. That is it. You earn your gold in the pit, or you do not earn it.
Then that is what I will do. We are ready.
Finally. They are asking about you too at the arena in Cyrene. Put on a good show and we all profit.
How often do you fight lions?
Only when Felix can get them. They are much more expensive than men volunteering for a beating.
Seems little honor in killing animals.
Kill or be eaten by it. Besides, it's dead. We will be fine. As long as we don't free it.
The Magi and the slave girl are unstoppable. More ferocious than wild beasts.
I thought the lions were caged.
There are no rules in the arena, Seni.
The Guardians of Siwa are victorious once again! Who's the Gallic brothers? The next?
Pennachte, Hirt en Berg.
Is that Callistos? What happened?
I warned him. He took a bad job. Just another blunt instrument for them to break against their enemies.
Do you know who hired him?
No. Felix won't tell you. That's how this works. Some die. Some get rich. and everyone keeps quiet.
We're innocent.
Where's Kensa?
Her talents were required elsewhere today. You are going to have to win this one alone. You will be fine.
Another errand, like the one that killed Callistos.
Watch your tone, Swordmeat. What happened to Callistos was unfortunate, but he knew the risks. Fighters who ask too many questions do not survive. It is a dangerous job. Accidents happen.
I am only keen to prove myself.
Then win this match. You will get your chance against the brothers. Beat them, and you will be noticed.
Is Kensa okay? Holy Anubis. I have to win this.
Wherever you are, pray for me. I live. The Magi is not missing his partner. Are you watching, Crocodilopolis? Is this the rise of a new challenger? Will the Gallic brothers keep their power?
I am sorry I left you to fight alone, but I hear you did me proud.
Felix sent you out on a job. Who was it for?
I'll tell you everything in good time, brother. Just know that our future has never looked brighter. Bye. This is the moment we've longed for. Our chance to seize the mantle of champions. Felix awaits!
Idiot! Game Anju!
You have done well for a country corner rat. Your time has come. The crowd is bored with Viridovics and Diovikos destroying opponents with ease. I am counting on you to make this entertaining. One more thing. Do not kill anyone. I want my top 4 fighters alive for rematches. I have given the Gauls the same order.
All right, we will not kill them. But no promises about pain and humiliation. This is it, Bayek. Our big moment. They will build monuments and scroll our names across temples after this. We will be adored, rich, and champions!
Here are the contenders to the crown! The Guardians of Siwa! Undefeated! Unmatched! It's the Gallic Brothers! The Gallic Brothers are defeated!
You killed the child called Shadia! That is the least you deserve!
We didn't kill her, I swear! We have done many terrible things, Sewan, but the murder of the child is not one of them!
All hail the new champions!
We were
the Guardians of Siwa!
Capture the girl and take her to Berenike, to the crocodile! It was she who drowned the child, took a book from her, ordered a stone tied to her ankles, and pushed her in the water. There was nothing we could do.
This is the real reason you came to me, isn't it? To uncover this patron, this crocodile. Bayek, why didn't you confide in me? Huh? I would have helped you.
You're a mercenary, just like them. I couldn't take the chance.
What fate awaits the fallen?
No.
Will it be life?
Bayek.
Or death?
You know me better than...
Death.
Bayek, you have to know!
Ah, the glorious Magi has returned. You caused quite the furor. You surprised me. Not bad for a sand scratcher. I like entrepreneurs, free spirits, money makers. You love to fight, I love to make money. Together, we can do both. I will find the fights, you win them. We both get rich. Or I get rich, you get what I give you. If you want more challenge, head to Cyrene. I mentioned your name to the arena owner there. You are welcome.
So it was Berenike. She is the crocodile. She is the one who killed Shadia. She is the one who has brought ruin to so many. She calls herself the sponsor of Fayum's prosperity and culture. And her influence is felt throughout the region. Her wealth comes from her estate north of the city. Kerkesucha Granary, the largest in all of Egypt. She has arranged a symposium with others of influence in Fayum. Every night, she retires to her villa, where she courts their favor with bribes and silvered words.
Then that is where I will find her. Thank you for everything, my friend. What will you do now?
I will retire to our family villa. I need a drink. Henut and I must mourn in peace. Farewell, Bayek. Once you have done what you must, we would be glad to see you again.
Sì! Lexington vuol...
More provocateurs!
You must keep up! Gotcha!
The arena claims another blast. More bones for us. Here comes another wave of combatants!
Excellent strike, Hark.
Another gladiator falls! Sobek will feast! Can you feel the blood rising? Our hearts have a new champion! Ready for Abby? Another sacrifice to the greatest spectacle in Egypt! The gods will be happy! Siwan is fighting for more than survival! The Siwan stands victorious!
Μάλα, μπορώ καλός.
Φίλε.
Άλλος πλησιώτης ανθρώπων, αλόγων πέρας.
There is the granary Hotefle spoke of. The crocodile must be inside. This is heavily guarded.
What? You cannot escape! Damn it! Die for me! Got you! Come here! Mine now! I can make the shot! Alarm! Your life ends now! Come on here! Come on! What a clean shot! Alarm! This way! Blessed Montu! Come with me!
There you are!
Block the way! Give me time to get loose!
My champion. Yes, really.
Orokalos? Inapafanin.
Wait a second.
That's it. Die.
I'm sorry it had to end this way, old friend. May you find peace in Ma'at's embrace.
Murdered by one of you.
Shadia.
Who?
Shadia! She was the child you drowned!
Like all of your kind, you fail to see what greatness lies in store for Egypt.
Is that what you tell yourself? You do not remember those you killed. She was the child of Henut and Hotefres.
Henot was a stubborn rock. That ledger would have meant the end to all our hopes.
You destroyed families.
I did what had to be done.
I will destroy everything you stand for, Berenike! And I will destroy all others like you! But for now, all that matters is that you killed Shadia! And the last one you will remember is her name! Shadia! I wonder how Hotefres and Henut are. I should visit them.
Wake up! Layla, now! I
too!
Okay, Layla, listen. I know you. And I know you'll find a way out of this.
Picked up that blade I found.
Good.
تذكر عليك التخلص من الهدف طوما استعادت الانيموس.
Well, they're definitely planning to kill me.
You've been living in the mind of a trained assassin for the past however many hours, remember? So get ready to rock, Killer Queen.
I'm ready, American woman. They're using bows, not guns. Why?
Guess they don't consider you much of a threat.
Huh.
They're almost on me. Going dark. How's it going?
Bad. I have to do this. It's them or me.
ها؟ علاء هل في شيء على ما نراه؟
موتي أيتها الحمقى.
Picked up that blade I found.
Good.
تذكر عليك التخلص من الهدف طوما
How's it going?
Bad.
والآن يبدأ المرح.
I have to do this. It's them or me.
سيجما 4 حالتك.
أثرنا الهدف الثانوي جاري يخرج أهل من مقبالها علي.
No, don't! Please! No!
تبغى القضاء على
D? Oh, D. No.
Fuck you, Abstergo! I'm seeing this through!
If you're listening to this, you work for Abstergo and I'm dead. Do me a favor and make sure Sophia Ricken hears it. My dream was to work on the Animus Project. I waited 12 years. Waiting got me nowhere. So I built an Animus that lets me access anyone's memories, even ancestors not my own. I even witnessed the origins of the Assassins. Artifacts, tombs that were supposed to be stuff of legends, I found them. By killing me, you've lost all this knowledge. I understand why you thought I had to die. But did you have to kill my best friend? Why did she... Oh, Habibti, I should have listened to you.
1 bar. No, half a bar. Back to the Animus. What else can I do? Come forth by day, and I will guide you home.
I should visit them. I've killed all these Nekatiadet. Apollodorus must be told. To Heraklion.
Nice decision, Gere. Oh, damn it, what's the matter with you? Clear up! Hurry! Clear the way.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, I get
حاول نذهب النفردة.
Get out of my way!
Potifres, what is going on?
My friend, you came. I am glad.
Who is this? Where is Henut?
My wife is wherever she goes, withdrawn and cold. This is, yesterday. She was just leaving.
You are a pig. I was bored anyway. Thanks for the wine.
Henut is probably down at the lake. I will take you to her. Let me know when you are ready to go.
Potifres, what is this? What are you doing? You will lose everything.
I know. I am useless to anyone right now.
Then stop being useless. Be angry. Pick up your sword and start fighting.
I hung up my sword years ago. I only got involved because Apollodorus practically demanded it. He thought us all threatened by some grave conspiracy. Now Shadia's dead.
Something big is happening. You are right to try to help.
I was stupid. I did not want to do it. Henut insisted, said it was our duty. If I had not listened to her, Shadia would still live.
Whoa.
She will be up ahead. We built a shrine by the water. Shadia loves the water. We feed the fish before supper. I mean, she did. We used to.
Ha, Gertie, Ang.
Henut, it is good to see you. Henut?
This is how she is now.
There is something that might help. In Siwa, we have a ritual to mark a loved one's passing. Would you mind?
Go ahead.
The ritual requires something. I will return shortly. I should leave them to grieve. I need a feather for the ritual. There are marshlands nearby. I will find birds there. have what I need.
You'll do what you're told, you lazy shit. If you need more grain, grow more. It's not my problem.
Captain! Henut, no. We can't.
I know you are not extorting grain from this farmer, because you know that would be violating several Egyptian laws. As officials of Fayum, we both know it, don't we?
I will see you soon. Official.
My husband. We must shake off our grief. We cannot let others suffer too. Not when we can stop it. You were a fighter once. It is time to fight again. You see yourself the corruption.
Why did we not just kill that Egyptian cow?
Oh, don't worry. The commander has got something special planned for her. I know her type. Proud and proud.
Distract the enemy! I will push on!
An insignia. I do not recognize this. Maybe Hotefles knows more. He will not be missed. He spoke of a commander. Someone else is giving the orders. This is not over.
You live!
They'd marked Henut for death. Death found them fast.
I envy them. Well, it had to be done. These soldiers do not seem to understand anything else.
There's more. The captain was under orders. I found this insignia on him. Do you know it?
Yes. This is not good. It is from Fort Bubastos to the east, run by another Malakia who thinks himself untouchable. Henut was right. People will continue to suffer unless we act. Bayek, I am sorry to ask this. We need your help.
You have it. There's something I must do fast, though. I will return soon.
Shadia, my lotus. No other will suffer as you did. I swear it. Goodbye, my little tadpole. Swim forever free.
It is true. The soldiers were only the beginning. We have to deal with this commander.
We need more information. How far does the corruption go? It may rise as far as Ptolemy's inner circle. We cannot trust any Phylakitai. We cannot do it alone. We need Fayum.
Most of the farmers will not talk for fear of the soldiers. But they are angry. It will not take much to convince them.
Let me talk to that farmer the captain was threatening. I will spread the word.
Thank you.